Saturday morning here, off from work again. Not a big fan of working Saturdays, but had an odd week this week. Got rained out basically 3/4 of Thursday, so I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get some of that work done today. I actually rescheduled it for next week, and they're planning more. They're predicting more rain next week as well. So I'm pretty keen to try and get it knocked over at least some of it today, and then that'll take the pressure off next week if it does rain a little bit. Watching a video yesterday of Martin about he's saying things happen in threes, and I've made a video about this before, about things going wrong in the business and it feels like the end of the world, and you know, you want to give it up and all that. You know, the video sort of, I was trying to get the point across that basically, you know, at the end of the day, it's not a huge deal. You know, at the time it's a big deal, but you know, if something breaks down or whatever happens, it's sort of, you get past it and you make do and you move on and you get whatever needs fixed, or you buy something new or whatever it might be to resolve the issue. You just, you know, it's funny how insignificant something like that feels like a week later or 2 weeks later, back on the roll again and getting things done. So on Monday, for me, so last week I had all those issues with the strings, my pull strings on 3 different machines, and sort of partially resolved them. But yeah, anyway, Monday morning. I only had the one handheld blower because my backpack was out of action, and first 2 jobs, no worries. Get to the 3rd job, try to start it, wouldn't start. Spent 15 minutes trying to start the bloody thing. Took the spark plug out, looked fine. You know, everything seemed fine. There was nothing. We didn't do anything much with it the job before, and it worked fine, and it was weird that it wasn't working. It just so happened at the time I was about 150 metres away from the dealer, my preferred dealer, so I didn't have time to muck around anymore, and I just thought, like, it's a pretty cheap, shitty blower anyway, so I actually went up there and I went around the back to the service area, and the guys were there working. And one of the guys, Matt, come out and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I said, "Oh, the blower's not working." He's like, "Oh, do you want to book it in for us to have a look at?" And I was like, "Oh, it's my only blower. I'm under the pump. Like, I need something now." And he said what I was thinking basically, and that like it was going to cost me at least $100 to get it booked in and looked at, and then fixed or whatever. For a machine that's probably not worth that. So I sort of bit the bullet and walked inside and basically bought a brand new blower straight off the shelf. Wasn't too expensive, I suppose, in the whole grand scheme of things. It's a good brand, good quality machine, so I'll, you know, hopefully have it for a long time. So I wasn't too worried about it. It was just, you know, it's another $250 that I didn't need to spend, but I'm planning to, when I get a chance, to actually show you all my new equipment, and I'll endeavour to do that today and hopefully tack it on the end of this video so you can all have a look at what I've purchased over the last couple of weeks. I'm feeling pretty, like equipment's always a funny thing. I think having the confidence that, you know, your machinery's going to work and stuff makes you feel a lot better, and that you can actually do what you set out to do in a day. But like I was saying at the start, it's amazing how when something goes wrong at the time, you think it's the end of the world, you feel like quitting, and but like I said, you just do what you got to do to move on. And then a couple of weeks later, or a week, or whatever it is, once it's resolved, you realise how insignificant it is. So just to recap on this week, it was a pretty solid week again. I did a couple of random jobs this week. I actually took down a greenhouse, well, not a greenhouse, like an old sort of shed, a wooden shed. So Hannah and I pulled that apart and basically removed the rubbish to the tip. So that was something different. That was a quote job, so it was probably underquoted marginally, but it wasn't too bad. Got it done relatively quick, I think. Not a hell of a lot of mowing. I did two whole garden days this week. Did a really nice garden job on Tuesday. That was a good one, and then Wednesday was the shed and whatever else, and then Thursday it rained all morning and then halfway into the afternoon. But it was a sort of a productive day for Hannah and I as far as other stuff's concerned. We're just about to start building our first house. We've owned a property before, but we're building for the first time, and that our plans and stuff have been approved. So in Australia, you have to, once you've got your land, you then have to design plans, get a draftsman or an architect or whatever to properly design the plans with the measurements and whatever, and oversee sort of what's the levelling and what the construction of it all. Oh, sorry, the design of it all. And then you submit those plans to your local council, and then they give the yes or no whether it's fine to go ahead. So we got approved. The plans got approved. So now it's just a matter of making sure the finance is right and whatever else. And yeah, but what we did actually when it was raining is we went around and chose different stuff for the house. So we chose our tiles for the bathrooms, and we've got our kitchen designed, but we started to get quotes and stuff from different kitchen makers in the area. So we spent probably 4 hours in total doing those two things, choosing bricks as well. We did that. It's really hard for Hannah and I to juggle doing things like that, because basically we don't, apart from maybe a Sunday or something, it's really the only full day where we spend together where we're not working. So we spend Wednesday, Thursdays together because we work together, and then usually a Sunday. But obviously Wednesday, Thursdays we don't really stop to do those kind of things, and that's when those places are open to be able to do it. So it was good to sort of get a few of those things knocked over and done. But yeah, she has another job that she works the other days. So it's kind of hard, and I'm sure everyone can relate when it's when you're busy and things are crazy and it's hard. Puts a huge toll on your family life. And I'm sort of digressing here now, but going to work on a Saturday morning is hard. My little man was crying when I left home. That's the hardest thing ever, is leaving them when they're upset about you going, because it's the last thing you want to do. But that's a different topic. Just want to go back back to what I was originally talking about, and that's that shit goes wrong. Have backups, buy good equipment from the start, and you know, it gets better. So you know, it happens in threes. Well, it happened in fives for me the last 2 weeks. So hopefully I'm all out of bad luck for, you know, things going wrong for now, and I can cruise on through the season and do lots of good work and yeah, come out of the season unscathed. Alright guys, have a good day. Peace. Hey guys, Mitch here. So finally got a chance to actually show you my new equipment after all the breakdowns and things going wrong the last couple of weeks. So here's the new stuff. That's the big one, the little one, and then the backpack sprayer. So got the BR600 and this is the BG56, and then that's the SG51, as you can all obviously see. So that's a 12 litre backpack sprayer. I think that's 27 cc's, and that's about 62 or 63 cc's. So far so good. Like I've always said, you always get what you pay for. One thing I like about this blower is that the backpack of it, it's really comfortable and really easy to wear, and then the controls and stuff are really ergonomic as well. So this actually swivels on the height, as you can see here, how it's not moving, and so that you just sort of goes to wherever you feel comfortable. The sprayer I've still got to get a little bit used to. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure you can change over. This is actually on the right hand side, so I prefer to pump with my left and then spray with my right because I'm right handed, but I'm obviously getting a bit better at spraying it with my left hand, doing it with that. So I do quite a lot of spraying. I would probably average 10 sprays a week or something like that in gardens and stuff. But yeah, so call me a Stihl fanboy, I don't really care. It's the dealer that I use is pretty much typically what he stocks. He's got Honda and Hustler are his two major other brands. Honda does some handheld stuff, but I typically go with Stihl before I go with Honda. But yeah, well, obviously Honda doesn't have a backpack blower or sprayers or anything like that, so I went with the Stihl stuff. I actually seen a vacuum. I was in there this morning. I seen a vacuum, so and they're not too badly priced actually. Like the top that looked like the big one was about $500, which is not too bad a value for a good quality vacuum cleaner in Australia. But yeah, I mean, as I said in the other video, he gave me a good prices on all of them. He actually took money off the retail price off all of them, and yeah, there was, you know, as I said, he sort of looks after me a little bit in that sense, I suppose. I have to ask for it. I just ask what's the best price he can do, and you know, he just comes back, and it's always less obviously than the sticker price. So something, you know, don't be afraid to ask for a deal, you know, especially when I'm spending that amount of money. So just to give the US guys a reference as to how much these cost, I don't mind telling. The BR600, the sticker price is $9.59, I think. I paid just under 900, so 895 I think I paid for that. The BG56, it was actually on special for $269, and I got it for $260, and they threw in a free pair of earmuffs. The earmuffs are really good actually. They're Stihl earmuffs, and they're quite comfortable. And that was about 150, and I think he gave it to me for 140. So you know, that's buying new equipment like that in Australia for us is obviously a huge deal, just because of how much more expensive everything is. It's hard to justify at times, but when we're in our busy season and things are going wrong. You know, that my cheap stuff, just the stuff that I had before was, you know, obviously no good, and it showed. It broke down pretty quick, and so upgraded into the good stuff, and hopefully I won't have any issues. But mowing this morning, that I did say earlier in this video, I'm going to put this video on the end of another video that I've made this morning, how things happen in threes, like my boy Martin said. And yep, something went wrong. I was waiting for it all day because I said nothing's gone wrong, and only 2 things have gone wrong this week. Well, sure enough, that third thing happened. I snapped the self-propelled cable on the Honda self-propelled, so blades and engine, everything's fine, but obviously there was no drive in the tyres because the cable was broken. So that's why I was in the dealership. I went and had to order a new cable. So use the backup. That's why I carry backups. Got the backup out and finished what I needed to do today with that, and it'll probably be run for most of this upcoming week. Until that comes in. So he said it should be in early in the week, so with any luck I'll have my mower back in action Wednesday or possibly Thursday. So anyway guys, that's the new equipment. Like I said, I'm a bit of a fanboy for Stihl, but it's more out of it's not necessarily that I'm biased towards that brand. It's just what my local dealer stocks, and no one else stocks stuff, so it's pretty hard to go elsewhere. I just don't have that choice. So anyone who doesn't like Stihl, can't do anything about it. I'm sorry boys, but that's what we get here. Lack of choice in a rural area. There are a few mower shops around, but no one stocks anything, and it's hard to get your hand on stuff. So go with what you know. All right guys, peace.